This is an overview of Microsoft SharePoint integration for Mass 500 ERP. The Microsoft SharePoint integration for Sage Mass 500 ERP was developed by e2b Technologies. e2b Technologies is one of the largest Sage Mass 500 developers worldwide. e2b Technologies is also a Sage Software Gold certified developer with several available solutions. The company has a very large engineering and support staff and maintains products for all new versions of Sage Mass 500, including monthly updates. We have dozens of plug-and-play add-on products for Mass 500. These can be grouped into three categories: manufacturing add-ons, such as enhanced MRP, quality management, engineering change orders, and more; distribution enhancements, including sales forecasting, Kanban replenishment, cost modeling, and more; and accounting, with our new AR collections management application. e2b Technologies sells through the Sage Mass 500 channel. We sell only through certified resellers throughout North America. We offer complementary and not competing product and service offerings for resellers and their customers. Microsoft SharePoint is available in a Server 2007 and Services 2007 configuration. It is part of the 2007 Microsoft Office system. Microsoft SharePoint allows internal employee teams to collaborate. It also provides tools so that external customers and suppliers can also participate in collaboration. Microsoft SharePoint includes built-in business and approvals workflows, allowing you to manage permissions to directories and files. It also allows you to deploy reporting and business analysis via built-in dashboards. e2b Technologies has built an integration from Microsoft SharePoint into Mass 500. This integration allows you to create SharePoint web groups for companies from the customer or vendor maintenance screens. It also allows you to create SharePoint web users from both the customer and vendor maintenance screens. Company web groups and web users are assigned permissions based on predefined settings in SharePoint by group type. Secured SharePoint portals for employees, customers, and vendors can then be deployed. You can manage content on these SharePoint portals using all the tools available to you from Microsoft SharePoint. And lastly, you can publish and analyze data from Sage Mass 500 or any external application via the SharePoint portal. Let's take a look at a case study using our own company as an example. e2b Technologies is a developer and reseller for Sage Mass 500 add-ons. We have customers and resellers that call from time to time or email with requests for various information, including open support case status, customers and resellers wanting to log new support cases, customers or resellers wanting to get information about their invoices for professional services that we provided, requests for product installers, service packs, and monthly updates, or general requests for product information such as documentation, tutorials, version compatibility, or product pricing. So these are some of the things that we were facing internally for our SharePoint deployment. So what did we do? We implemented Microsoft SharePoint Server 2007 with a series of portals. With the Sage Mass 500 integration, we have utilized this so that we can provide Sage Mass 500 accounting information and project information via the portal. We've also developed integration to create company groups in SharePoint and web users with predefined permissions for specific SharePoint portal sites. The portal sites that we've deployed internally include a customer support portal, an e2b add-on portal, and a reseller portal. Within the customer support portal, customers have access to log new support requests, review open and closed support requests, or review project details for billable professional services. In the add-on portal, This is information regarding the add-on products that we've developed. And we've made available product installers, service packs, and monthly updates. We've also posted information regarding our documentation and product tutorials that customers and resellers can review and download. And lastly, there's a reseller portal which is available only to certified resellers, and this includes downloads such as sales tools, order forms, and marketing information. And within that reseller portal, we provided resellers with access to all of the open supports for their respective customers. So let's take a look at what some of this integration looks like. The first thing you'll see, this is a general Microsoft SharePoint screen, and here we've defined some of the SharePoint groups and site permissions. So in this particular case, we're looking at the reseller portal and the permissions for each of the web groups that we've created. From within MAS 500, we've created 2 new buttons on the customer maintenance screen. This will be also available on the vendor maintenance screen as well. The Create Web Group will create a new web group in SharePoint for the specified customer account. So in this case, we're creating a new web group for ABC Company. And then Create Web User will create a new web user assigned to that new web group for each of the contacts that you so choose from within maintained customers or vendors. So when we're creating a new web company group, we can see that when you click that Create Web Group button, it will launch Microsoft SharePoint. It will allow you to rename the group. We do default that in as the customer or vendor name from within MAS 500, but you can change that if you so choose. And we do have a group type. In this case, this would be either a customer group, a reseller group, or e2b add-on group. And then you can create the group. And then when you go back into the application, you can create web users. And again, these would be users that would be assigned to that customer group. And you can set a password for these users, or you can use the button there to generate a random password. And what will happen is once you create these new users, an email will go out to them letting them know that they are now part of the web group with their username and password to log into that portal site. And this is what that email template could look like. This is obviously modifiable. You can change. This is the template that we have set up for use when we create new web users. This would be something that would be sent out, and they would be able to see what is the purpose of this site and what is their username and password to log in. Let's talk a little bit about Sage MAS 500 data and deploying that data within the context of SharePoint Portals. There's a lot of information in MAS 500 that you may want to share with your customers and your vendors. Customer information you may want to share would include sales, invoices, shipments, perhaps inventory availability, customer-specific pricing, and other information that might be within Sage MAS 500 or in external applications. From a vendor perspective, you may want to deploy such things as purchase orders, vouchers, payments, vendor-supplied inventory, stocking levels, demand forecasts, or other types of information related to your suppliers. And then lastly, other information. Maybe you're using a CRM application and you want to deploy some of that information out to your customers or vendors. If you have custom applications, we can oftentimes pull that information into a view and deploy that via SharePoint as well. So let's take a look at our support portal right now. And within the support portal, we can see that we've deployed information from our internal project system. So from here, a customer or reseller would have access to log in. They would log in, and based on the permissions, would have access to the different tabs at the top. So a reseller would have access to the reseller tab, the support tab, and the add-on tab, while a customer would have access maybe just to the add-on tab and the support tab. Now, what we can see within the support site is that they can not only review the status of their existing projects or supports, they also have access to customer-specific documents and downloads, which would be over on the left-hand side of the screen. And this would be where they might want to access such things as product installers. Maybe there's customer-specific contracts that are only available to them because they're part of that web group. We've also provided some search and filter criteria around the data that we're deploying within the SharePoint portal. The screen we're looking at here was developed so you could do some search and filters on data from our project system, which we use for internal supports. So be able to sort by such things as customer name, maybe date ranges, project IDs, project descriptions, etc. What's nice about this is, well, two things. Number one, you have the ability to export all of this information out to Excel. You can see the button over there on the right side of the screen. So if you wanted to use this for some reporting and analysis, you could do so. The other thing you can do is, if you see at the very bottom, we've actually grouped this by project number. So if you have different projects out there, you could do a grouping on this. For other types of deployments, you may want to do groupings based on customers, based on different projects you're setting up internally. Maybe it's by sales order. You can do all kinds of different groupings and analysis from the context of SharePoint. And this is just an example of how we're using SharePoint internally for our intranet. And you can see that we have all of our functional groups set up as tabs across the top of the screen. So we have an e2b technologies main, we have an HR section, an accounting section. We do have a calibration business, which is kind of a side business. We have our product support, sales and marketing, IT, implementation and training, our professional services group, and engineering. And within the context of our sales and marketing group, we have different folders set up. And within those folders, we have, in this case, we're looking at different presentations. And the presentation that we are reviewing today is our SharePoint overview. And you can see that that is currently checked out to me, James Mallory. And this is one of the benefits you get from deploying SharePoint, is you have visibility of different versions of your documents and files, as well as who has certain documents and files checked out. So in summary, Microsoft SharePoint Server is a very powerful tool for collaborating and sharing information with employees internally, with customers, and with vendors. e2b Technologies provides out-of-the-box integration tools and services for SharePoint and SageMass 500 ERP. And since we are experts in SageMass 500 and SharePoint, we can deploy virtually any of the information from within SageMass 500 or any of your external applications via SharePoint to secured portals, providing information in real time to your customers, your vendors, and your employees. And some of the examples, just in summary, include vendor-managed inventories, maybe vendor performance reports, customer-managed inventories, customer price sheets, customer shipments, returns, invoicing information, account information, collaborative engineering if you're working with some of your vendors or customers on new CAD drawings or new engineering drawings. And then lastly, product specifications. Really, the types of data that we can deploy are virtually endless, and we look forward to working with you to determine what types of information you'd like to deploy and how you would like to deploy that. With that, that concludes our summary of our e2b Technologies SharePoint integration for SageMass 500. Please contact your reseller if you have any further questions about this product and service, or if you would like a personalized demo of this product and service. Thank you. Take care.